Imagine this, it's Monday morning, your to-do list is overwhelming, and you're reaching for your third cup of coffee. You feel the buzz, but along with it comes a creeping sense of unease. Could your favorite morning ritual be doing more harm than good? In today's video, we're diving deep into how caffeine might be fueling your anxiety and what you can do about it. 1. The caffeine craze. Why we love it. Caffeine isn't just a morning pick-me-up. It's a daily ritual for millions of Americans. In fact, coffee is such a staple that many of us can't imagine starting our day without it. But have you ever stopped to wonder why we're so drawn to caffeine? It's not just the taste. It's the jolt of energy that comes with it. That boost helps us get through our busy days, whether we're powering through work, staying alert during long drives, or even just making it through a sleepy afternoon. But what if the same thing that perks us up is also contributing to our anxiety? It's a question worth exploring, especially in a culture that glorifies the hustle and often overlooks the potential downsides of our caffeine habits. 2. How caffeine works in your body. When you take that first sip of coffee, it doesn't take long to feel its effects. But what exactly is happening inside your body? Caffeine works by blocking the effects of adenosine, a neurotransmitter that promotes relaxation and sleepiness. By preventing adenosine from doing its job, caffeine helps you feel more awake and alert. This can be incredibly useful when you need to stay focused, but there's more to the story. Along with blocking adenosine, caffeine triggers the release of adrenaline, the fight or flight hormone. This might give you that extra burst of energy, but it also comes with side effects like increased heart rate and heightened alertness, which can easily be mistaken for anxiety symptoms. But that's not all. Caffeine also affects dopamine levels in the brain, enhancing feelings of pleasure and well-being. This is part of what makes caffeine so appealing and why we often find ourselves reaching for that second cup. However, this short-term mood boost can lead to a crash later on, leaving you feeling more tired and possibly more anxious than before. 3. The anxiety-caffeine connection. Is it real? Let's dive deeper into the connection between caffeine and anxiety. For many people, a cup of coffee or a caffeinated beverage is harmless. But for others, especially those who are predisposed to anxiety, caffeine can be a trigger. Research has shown that caffeine can increase cortisol levels, the body's main stress hormone. Elevated cortisol levels can exacerbate anxiety, making you feel more stressed, jittery, and on edge. This is particularly concerning for individuals with anxiety disorders, such as Generalized Anxiety Disorder, GAD, panic disorder, or social anxiety disorder, where even small amounts of caffeine can amplify symptoms. But what if you don't have an anxiety disorder? Can caffeine still cause problems? The answer is yes, even in people without a diagnosed condition. Excessive caffeine consumption can lead to symptoms like nervousness, irritability, restlessness, and trouble sleeping, all of which can contribute to or mimic anxiety. So, while caffeine isn't inherently bad, it's important to understand how it affects you personally. 4. How much is too much? Now that we know caffeine can contribute to anxiety, the next question is, how much is too much? The tricky part is that there's no one-size-fits-all answer. For most adults, consuming up to 400 milligrams of caffeine per day, roughly the amount in 4 cups of brewed coffee, is considered safe. However, if you're particularly sensitive to caffeine or have a history of anxiety, even smaller amounts can cause problems. It's also worth noting that caffeine content can vary widely depending on the source. A standard cup of coffee contains about 95 milligrams of caffeine, but energy drinks, sodas, and certain teas can have much more. And don't forget about hidden sources of caffeine like chocolate and certain medications. Keeping track of your total daily intake can help you identify if caffeine is playing a role in your anxiety levels. 5. Signs you might be drinking too much caffeine. Not sure if your caffeine consumption is contributing to your anxiety? Here are some signs that you might be overdoing it. Increased heart rate. One of the most noticeable effects of caffeine is an elevated heart rate. If you notice your heart pounding after your morning coffee, it could be a sign that you've had too much. Jitteriness. Feeling shaky or restless is another common side effect of too much caffeine. This jitteriness can feel a lot like anxiety, making it hard to distinguish between the two. Insomnia. Caffeine can stay in your system for several hours, so drinking it too late in the day can interfere with your sleep. If you're lying awake at night, unable to drift off, your caffeine habit might be to blame. Nervousness or restlessness. If you find yourself feeling unusually anxious or unable to sit still, caffeine could be the culprit. Pay attention to how you feel after consuming caffeinated beverages and consider cutting back if you notice these symptoms. 6. The double-edged sword. Caffeine's impact on sleep and anxiety. Sleep and anxiety are closely connected. Poor sleep can increase anxiety, and anxiety can make it harder to sleep, a vicious cycle. Unfortunately, caffeine can play a role in both. Because caffeine blocks adenosine, it can delay the onset of sleep and reduce the overall quality of your rest. This can lead to a buildup of sleep debt, which only makes anxiety worse. If you're struggling with both anxiety and sleep issues, reducing your caffeine intake could be a game changer. Start by cutting out caffeine in the afternoon and evening. This simple change can help you fall asleep more easily and improve the quality of your rest, which in turn can help lower your anxiety levels. 7. Tips for reducing caffeine without losing energy. Cutting back on caffeine doesn't have to mean sacrificing energy or productivity. Here are some strategies to help you reduce your intake while still feeling alert. Gradual reduction. If you're a heavy caffeine consumer, going cold turkey can lead to withdrawal symptoms like headaches, fatigue, and irritability. Instead, try gradually reducing your intake over a few weeks. Start by cutting out 1 cup of coffee or switching to a smaller size. Choose decaf. Decaffeinated coffee and tea offer the same comforting ritual without the stimulating effects of caffeine. If you enjoy the taste of coffee but want to cut back on caffeine, decaf is a great option. Stay hydrated. Dehydration can make you feel tired and sluggish, leading you to reach for more caffeine. Drinking plenty of water throughout the day can help keep your energy levels steady. Eat energy-boosting foods. Foods rich in complex carbohydrates, protein, and healthy fats can provide a slow and steady release of energy. Try incorporating snacks like nuts, seeds, whole grains, and fruits into your diet to keep your energy levels up. Incorporate movement. Physical activity is a natural energy booster. Even short bursts of exercise, like a brisk walk or some stretching, can help you feel more awake and reduce feelings of anxiety. 8. Alternatives to caffeine. Natural energy boosters. If you're looking to replace your caffeine habit with something healthier, there are plenty of natural energy boosters to try. Exercise. Regular physical activity is one of the best ways to boost your energy and mood. Exercise increases blood flow, oxygenates your body, and releases endorphins, which can help reduce stress and anxiety. Mindful breathing. Deep, mindful breathing exercises can help calm your nervous system and provide a natural energy boost. Try taking a few minutes each day to practice deep breathing, focusing on long, slow inhales and exhales. Light exposure. Sunlight is a natural mood and energy enhancer. Spending time outside during the day can help regulate your circadian rhythm, improve your sleep, and boost your overall well-being. Adaptogens. Certain herbs and supplements, known as adaptogens, can help your body manage stress and boost energy. Examples include ashwagandha, rhodiola, and ginseng. However, it's important to consult with a healthcare provider before starting any new supplement. 9. When to seek help. If you've tried reducing caffeine and still find that your anxiety is unmanageable, it might be time to seek professional help. Anxiety is a complex condition with many potential causes, and while caffeine can contribute to it, there are often other factors at play. A mental health professional can work with you to identify the underlying causes of your anxiety and develop a comprehensive treatment plan. This might include therapy, lifestyle changes, or medication. Remember, there's no shame in seeking help. Taking steps to manage your anxiety is a sign of strength, not weakness. 10. Final thoughts. Caffeine is deeply ingrained in our culture, and for many of us, it's an essential part of daily life. But as we've explored, it's important to be mindful of how it affects our bodies and minds. While caffeine can provide a much-needed energy boost, it can also contribute to anxiety, especially in those who are prone to it. By paying attention to your caffeine intake and making small adjustments, you can enjoy the benefits of caffeine without letting it take a toll on your mental health. So, the next time you reach for that cup of coffee, take a moment to consider how it makes you feel. Is it giving you the energy you need, or is it adding to your stress? The choice is yours, and with a little mindfulness, you can find the right balance that works for you.